Good morning, sir. Thank you for talking to us this morning. Big news development in that sense. We've just understood and believed that there are no bribery charges from the FCPA on the Adani Group members. And it seems like the charges are and apply only to officials of Azure Energy and the investor in Azure Energy, which is CDPQ. What does this mean?
Well, this means that obviously the earlier reports were incorrect. And it also means that the Adani Group members like Gautam Adani and his nephew are not involved in any foreign corrupt practices. And therefore, this is good news for the Adani Group. And obviously, even the other charges have to be still proved. They are simply allegations. And Adani Group has certainly said that they are not involved and they feel that these are wrongly applied to them. So I think the matter should now be more clear, because obviously you have to prove something. In American courts, everything has to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt. And unless there are actual facts available, you can't prove these charges. So these are only charges which have been made, and I don't think there's much to worry about at this point of time, especially when Gautam Adani and his nephew are not involved in these charges at all.
Tamanna here as well. The point
Tamanna,
is,
good morning.
yeah, good morning. Great to speak with you, sir, as always. Just trying to understand that these are minutiae of a legal document. What the Department of Justice and the SEC have said, these are legal documents. They are at various processes or stages in the legal journey, and there will be a legal counter, etc. Meanwhile, the damage that has been done, picking up of these facts, and now the rebuttal clearly coming and saying that there were no corruption and bribery charges personally on the top 3 members of Adani Green in this case. So
yes.
What about the impact of that?
Well, the impact is that all this political storm which has been brewing in India has no meaning, because everybody's after Mr. Gautam Adani and the top members of the family. And it only shows that the top members of the family are totally clean, that there's nothing against them. So it certainly has a tremendous impact, especially in India, where, you know, these political innuendos are being leveled against the top people for whatever reason, as you understand. So that is a good sign that the top people are not involved. And even as far as the lower officials are concerned, we still have to see what exactly the charges are. As I said, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that these charges are valid. So let us see what the charges are, and once the trial begins, if at all it begins, then obviously everything will come out, the truth will come out in the public domain.
On this one, while like we discussed with Mr. Ranina, this is part of the legal journey. But like we said, the damage has been done. Reputation has been tarnished to some extent, and shareholders have lost significant wealth. There should be repercussions to this, right? Or what next?
Well, repercussions are always there if somebody were to take action, but then the question is who's going to take action against the DoJ in America. So obviously, you know, these things happen. One has to accept it when you are a publicly listed company. And of course, wealth has disappeared, but wealth can also once be recreated once the charges are proved to be, you know, without any foundation. So I don't think many people, of course, those who have suffered, if they want, they can take some action against. But I don't think anybody will have the ability to do that, because to fight in an American court is extremely expensive, and it may not be worth it. So wealth has disappeared, but wealth will once again be recreated once the charges are found to be unfounded.
Mr. Ranina, Sajid here. Just to get a clarification, Adani Green has disclosed to the stock exchanges that the complainant has prayed for an order directing the defendant to pay civil monetary penalties. So then it actually only is limited to the civil monetary penalties for alleged security fraud violation as alleged in the indictment, right?
Yeah. So civil penalties, of course, if you can compound them or you can, come to some settlement. But even then, the question is to impose those civil penalties, you have to prove the charges. And unless the charges are proved, the penalties cannot be levied in a court of law. Of course, they can also go in appeal to a higher court. So appellate procedures are also open to all these people who have been asked to pay a penalty. But I don't think any penalties have been crystallized so far. And once they're crystallized, then they are appealable. And if you want, you can settle them. So both options are available.
And the settlement process is something similar to what we have in India, right? For a SEBI consent process where you settle without, consenting to any.
Yes, you can settle without admitting that you have committed any offence. So that can be also done. That is possible, definitely.